Okay, I don't remember what part we were at.
Separation versus union.
Okay. So you guys did how is judgment relinquished yesterday?
Say again?
So you did question number 10?
We didn't do anything.
Okay. So we're on question number 10 of the manual for teachers. How is judgment relinquished?
Oops, I do this. I'm in the wrong section. I'm in the Song of Prayer. Need to be in that old manual for
Okay.
teachers. How is judgment
Are you
relinquished?
okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah. So I was telling David that tomorrow we're gonna get internet installed faster. The company,
Beautiful.
all these countries gone.
Nice.
So
Because you guys are doing the
that's hello, yeah.
freeze.
Hard to laugh. There's no other thing to do here.
Okay, well, I guess I'll jump in.
Okay.
1 second.
Escupa la flema que
This is a long one, so I gotta clear.
Okay.
Manual for teachers, number 10. How is judgment relinquished? Judgment, like other devices by which the world of illusions is maintained, is totally misunderstood by the world. It is actually confused with wisdom and substitutes for truth. As the world uses the term, an individual is capable of good and bad judgment, and his education aims at strengthening the former and minimizing the latter. There is, however, considerable confusion about what these categories mean. What is good judgment to one is bad judgment to another. Further, even the same person classifies the same action as showing good judgment at one time and bad judgment at another time. Nor can any consistent criteria for determining what these categories are be really taught. At any time, the student may disagree with what his would-be teacher says about them, and the teacher himself may well be inconsistent in what he believes. Good judgment in these terms does not mean anything, nor does bad. It is necessary for the teacher of God to realize not that he should not judge, but that he cannot. In giving up judgment, he's merely giving up what he did not have. He gives up an illusion, or better, he has an illusion of giving up. He has actually merely become more honest, recognizing that judgment was always impossible for him. He no longer attempts it. There is no sacrifice. On the contrary, he puts himself in a position where judgment through him rather than by him can occur. And this judgment is neither good nor bad. It is the only judgment there is, and it is only one. God's Son is guiltless, and sin does not exist. The aim of our curriculum, unlike the goal of the world's learning, is the recognition that judgment in the usual sense is impossible. This is not an opinion, but a fact. In order to judge anything rightly, one would have to be fully aware of an inconceivable wide range of things, past, present, and to come. One would have to recognize in advance all the effects of his judgments on everyone and everything involved in them in any way. And one would have to be certain there is no distortion in his perception, so that his judgment would be wholly fair to everyone on whom it rests now and in the future. Who is in a position to do this? Who, except in grandiose fantasies, would claim this for himself? Remember how many times you thought you knew all the facts you needed for judgment and how wrong you were. Is there anyone who has not had this experience? Would you know how many times you were merely thought? Would you know how many times you merely thought you were right without ever realizing you were wrong? Why would you choose such an arbitrary basis for decision making? Wisdom is not judgment. It is the relinquishment of judgment. Make then but one more judgment. It is this: there is someone with you whose judgment is perfect. He does know all the facts, past, present, and to come. He does know all the effects of his judgments on everyone and everything involved in any way. And he is wholly fair to everyone, for there is no distortion in his perception. Therefore, lay judgment down, not with regret, but with a sigh of gratitude. Now are you free of a burden so great that you could merely stagger and fall down beneath it. And it was all illusion, nothing more. Now can the teacher of God rise up unburdened and walk lightly on. Yet it is not only this that is his benefit. His sense of care is gone, for he has none. He has given it away along with judgment. He gave himself to him whose judgment he has chosen now to trust instead of his own. Now he makes no mistakes. His guide is sure. And where he came to judge, he comes to bless. Where now he laughs, he used to come to weep. It is not difficult to relinquish judgment, but it is difficult indeed to try to keep it. The teacher of God lays it down happily the instant he recognizes its cost. All of the ugliness he sees about him is its outcome. All of the pain he looks upon is its result. All of the loneliness and sense of loss and passing time and growing hopelessness, of sickening despair and fear of death, all these have come of it. And now he knows that these things need not be. Not one is true, for he has given up their cause, and they, which never were, but the effects of his mistaken choice, have fallen from him. Teacher of God, this step will bring you peace. Can it be difficult to want but this? Seems pretty clear.
All right.
Don't fucking judge. Just stop it.
Stop it. Yeah. That reminds me of a video that Tara sent me.
Tara,
You remember Tara?
of course.
Yeah. It was an old video of, oh God, what's that comedian? Hart was the last name? He used to do like sketches on TV, I think. I never really, well, it was a sketch of a psychiatrist, and a woman comes in and he says, okay, these are my terms. I charge $1 for each minute with a $5 minimum. And she's like, okay, cool. So she tells him her supposed problem was that she's terrified of being buried alive. And he's like, okay, I'm going to tell you 2 words. She's like, should I write it down? He's like, well, usually people understand, they remember it. So you state your problem is this, yeah. Stop it. It's like 2 minutes come by. He's like, and she's like, that's it? Yeah. Well, you have still 3 more minutes. Do you want to pay me $2? She's like, well, I have to pay you 5 minimum. I might as well. So then she goes on and she's like, do you have any other problem? And she starts to state another problem. He's like, okay, I'm going to give you 2 words. Stop it. And finally, towards the end, she was like upset, and he was like, "Okay, I'll give you more words. If you don't stop it, I'm gonna bury you alive."
There you go. The mind always needs incentive.
Yes. Yeah, this section is pretty clear. You know, it's like the relinquishment of judgment is basically what we're working at, right? Because that's the ego's game, to classify and judge and have opinions and acquire supposed knowledge to be able to judge correctly and all of that. When you start to realize that, I like this section when it starts to say you have never been able to judge correctly because there's an impossibility to know everything to be able to judge correctly. And then it says, you know, you have to allow judgment to happen through you instead of by you. And there's only one judgment that is correct that can happen through you, which is the Son of God is innocent, always. So that is a great relief, and it's a great burden to just, I mean, for me it is, like to be able to say, like, I don't have to know anything, I don't have to judge anything. I'm just like, that's just like a great relief. Obviously not for the ego. Because we were talking about that, the ego's like, no, you have to know what to do. You said that in our video, right? You have to know what to eat. Something as stupid as that, right? Anything else? You have something to add?
I'm good.
You're good? How about you? Gary or David?
Seems pretty clear. It's doesn't mean to leave much room for wiggling out. It's Toto or nothing.
Yeah.
Not
Exactly.
Toto the dog, but everything.
Exacto. Good.
David.
I think I'm good today. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Hopefully in a couple of days we'll have better connectivity, because at some point we had, you know, there was a patch there that was kind of iffy, but all right, hopefully the videos will get better. Not
Wasn't it old?
but the
Wasn't
What?
an old Madonna song? Didn't the Madonna song have like freezing in it or something? I think if it no,
I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I haven't.
Strike a pose.
I'll have to
Like-
find it. If the internet continues, I'll have to play that in the background. There is a song where people just
Strike a pose.
stop.
Okay, then look it
So
up.
we'll play it.
Okay. Looks like
Just
it's
keep it
starting to
alive.
rain. ¿Verdad? Como que it's starting to rain a little bit.
Yeah.
So we have to move.
Adios.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Have
Great
a good
day.
day.
Have a
You
great
guys-
day.
Yep.
Bye.